So basically, why Guru Purnima is so important, the reason is, first of all, it is Purnima, that is full moon day. And full moon day is the day when our body and soul, especially our mind and the soul, is completely connected to the moon energy. So when we are completely and deeply connected to the moon energy, this is the time where we can release lot of unhealed emotions while connecting to the moon energy. So Purnima, any which ways, it's very important part of the life. And secondly, when it is Guru Purnima, we see lot of blessings of the Guru coming down onto the earth, or maybe from the universe itself. They give and they send lot of Guru energies coming to us. So in that way, we get lot of guidance and we get lot of knowledge and wisdom in our life, or knowingly, unknowingly, through Guru Purnima. So this is the reason why Guru Purnima is very important. It is not because okay, why this Guru Purnima is happening, so what is new in that, or what is different in that. So the only difference is, once in a year during this time, gurus, they are there for you, whether it is your internal guru, whether the guru of the current life or guru of the lifetimes, or the first guru you have chosen as a in your path of being a human being onto the earth. So any guru, whether it is known, unknown to your mind as if now, but they're connected to the soul, they all come down and give you a lot of blessings and lot of guidance towards the soul path. So that is why the meditation on Guru Purnima is very important. And secondly, as we already told you, Purnima is always every month, whenever the Purnima is there, it is very important because your mind and your soul is deeply connected to the moon energy, and moon represent a lot of emotions into the person. So this is the time when you can release and let go of lot of unhealed emotions, especially when you feel that emotionally you're not able to overcome certain things. And with the women especially, who are going through a lot of issues with the femininity. So in this way, they can connect to the moon energy, they can take a lot of emotional effect of the moon into them, and they can also create a lot of empowerment into their bodies this way. And with the men, it helps them to let go of a lot of emotions that they carry towards the woman. So it's very important day. So that is why we have decided today that we'll meditate on Guru Purnima, and we'll take the energies and blessings of the Guru, whether it is internally connected to you, whether it is externally connected to you. But mostly on Guru Purnima, it is about the Guru whom you have chosen as your Guru since lifetimes. When you first time incarnated on the earth until then, from then until now. So everything is deeply connected. All right. Any questions if someone has? Deepti, you're on mute if you're saying something.
Yeah. You said, I was just going to ask if anybody has any questions or want to understand a little more about Guru Purnima or what gurus are. Because for me, the definition of guru is that it could be anybody who has influenced your life. I mean, we have our teachers, we have gurus who are the masters, but I also feel that if I've had a conversation with someone and I'm influenced, something in me has changed because of the conversation, that person has been a guru for me in that period of time. So it could be my child also who's taught me something.
That is there. That is what you're saying is absolutely right. But when it comes to Guru Purnima, it is about the guru that you have chosen in a soul form. So what you're saying, it is the learning from human being to human being, soul to soul learning that you're talking about. So there is little difference between soul to soul learning and the guidance of the guru.
Okay.
So little difference in that. So guru is someone who is, more knowledgeable, and they have, taken a lot of information, knowledge, and they know everything about the universe when it comes to their soul level. So they have gathered a lot of knowledge that they can easily allow and give and pass to someone to whom they feel that it is needed for the soul path. Because being a soul into the limited body, we know very limited things about the earth, but when it comes to guru will know many things beyond the earth also. So this Guru Purnima is significant for the guru that you have chosen in your soul form when you first incarnated onto the earth. And you yourself can be a guru also. And when what you're telling, Deepti, is about a soul to soul learning. It's like helping each other to learn and grow.
So you're saying that all of us have one guru which we have designated when we have taken birth.
Yes.
So whether we know that person in physical form or not, the guru is always guiding us.
Yes. That is where that is all about, is about guru. They are there, they are connected to you within you in a soul form. In, you know, you, whether they are mortal or they're immortal, in that form they are connected.
Ah, okay.
Universal energy I'm talking about. When you
Right.
talk about Saptarishi, that is universal energy. Yeah.
Right. Okay, Namita has a question.
Yeah. Hi, Dr. Kirti.
Hi.
So, how do we encounter that soul guru in the current lifetime? And like, is it important to know, or can we like, or does it happen automatically?
It is not very important to know who that guru is, but it is always important to receive the guidance from the guru. And that is what we are going to do today in today's meditation. We are going to receive and understand the energies of the wisdom and the knowledge that we have always been taking from that guru. So sometimes there's a possibility that you may not be able to understand which guru it is, but you will know that there is source of energy that is coming to you. So you can connect, your soul will know, your subconscious mind will understand what is happening. For some people, they will be able to see, they will be able to experience the guru and receive. And some people, it could be like, you know, okay, I'm just receiving it, but I'm not able to see, or I'm not able to understand which guru is that. So in whichever way, your heart, your body need to receive, it need to understand that I'm constantly being guided, I'm constantly being, you know, teached from that guru. So now this add-ons to the point of deepti, that even I learn, whoever says me something, or whoever is talking to me or giving me something, knowledge about something, that is the guru. So what that guru does, because the guru know that he cannot be everywhere, so he will create the situations in your life from where you will learn. So they will choose some of the other soul who can help you to learn and understand what your guru is trying to say you. So that particular guru is coming and guiding you through someone or the other, the energy of the guru. So this guru, it's okay if you know, if it is also okay if you don't know, but slowly when you're connecting to the guru, slowly you will see that you're knowing the source of energy that is guiding you.
Wow, that's a very interesting perspective. Very different from how we look at gurus or how we are taught to look at our teachers or gurus.
Yes. So in ancient time, gurus were making you understand everything about life. Yeah, Vanessa.
Dr. Kirti, just wanted to ask, how will this help me improve my I don't know how to say this, improve nahi, but embrace my femininity more? Because I remember doing a session with you, a personalized session, and you told me that I've resolved a lot of my issues, but there are a few issues left about femininity. And I
Yes.
feel that in my daily life. So, how will this help me? In what way should I be perceiving the meditation when you talk to me right now?
Yes. So if you really want to come back to that feminine energy, connect to the moon energy every day. You know, especially on Purnam, you have to, but connect to the moonlight energy. So sitting under the moonlight and just feeling and understanding, you know, just feel. Don't do anything. Just sit under the moonlight, close your eyes and feel the energy, the feminine energies in you. Automatically, it will start coming into you, because one thing that is for sure that cannot be changed, that you are a female. Because
Yes,
your biological body is already, so you cannot change that, right?
right.
Trusting your feminine body is the biggest change that you can bring into. Because when I was working with you, I'm sure that there is no unhealed emotion that is blocking your femininity. It's you yourself that has to come back to the femininity.
Yeah.
Accept it. So if not anything, you know, what you can do is you can stand in the front of the mirror. I think all of women here. So you can stand in the front of the mirror and see at your biological body and say, okay, yeah, I'm a woman. I'm telling you, it helps a lot.
Really?
It helps a lot. Do that. Try it out. It will definitely give you a lot of changes. And connect with the moon energy.
Well, okay, I'll do that. I'll do that. All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Do that. It will give you a lot of changes. Yeah. Okay. So anyone else would like to ask?
I think else we can start the meditation.
I want to ask one thing. How can we find a guru?
Yeah.
How to find a guru actually? I'm very confused. Like how I can how I know how can I say? I can explain I'm associated with AI, I'm associated with Krishna consciousness response, and I'm associated with very much past. So now I'm confused like who is my guru? So I want to just but I'm not able to express it, but I want to know how I can get that indication that who is my guru or the
That
one
is what
guru.
we'll be working on today's meditation, to understand your guru, because your guru is not someone who could be physically on earth right now. It could be the guru whom you have chosen first time when you incarnated on earth. And they could also be, the guru also keep on taking birth in different forms. So there is a possibility that guru must have been here onto the earth in any form towards you or nearby you, or you can directly connect to the guru when you have incarnated onto the earth. So today we are going through the meditation, we are trying to connect to the guru that is really guiding us completely, internally guiding us. So we need to connect to that universal energies, universal guru, who has started giving us knowledge and wisdom before coming onto the earth. So when your child is taking birth, you know that child has taken birth and you take care of your child. You guide them, you tease them, you make them understand what is right, what is wrong. But after 10, 20, 30 years of the child is getting married and all, it does not change the parents. His life will change, his responsibilities will change towards certain things, but parents are the same. Okay? In the same way, even though you're taking so many birth onto the earth, like there's a lot of lifetime that you've crossed and come down into the today's life, the guru can be the same. And you can always go back and connect to that guru and take your knowledge and wisdom to understand what to do, what not to do onto the earth. So the guru is very important, because guru is the person who will teach us etiquettes towards the earth. There are a lot of laws onto the earth, so that will be understood and learned by them. Got it? Yeah.
So, Dr. Kirti, these gurus are like the masters and spirit guides, or are they a higher consciousness, or is it just another soul altogether?
I would say higher consciousness rather than, spirit guides, because there are 7 layers onto the universe. In each layer, there are different kind of people, different kind of things, different kind of energies that is there, starting from the earth until to the 7th consciousness of the universe. But the thing is, guru is one thing that come into universal consciousness. So this higher consciousness is like guru consciousness that will help us. And above the guru consciousness, there is universal consciousness.
Okay.
Getting one with the universe again. That oneness that we feel about.
The universe is also our guru.
Universe is our home. Original home.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. So that is where we are coming down onto the earth to understand what emotions are, how to feel, how to be, how to understand. These all things you can see only onto the earth. So you won't see such kind of energy anywhere in the universe beyond earth. So to understand such energies, you need to know like why you're onto the earth. So you need to understand your original self. And guru will have all the knowledge about original self. Yeah. So today, everyone just be open. It's okay if you're not able to understand anything. It's okay if you're not able to know, or if it's okay if you're not able to connect to, the physical form of anything. Just be. Your soul will know where to connect. Your soul will automatically will guide you where you're connecting to and how you need to take the energies that is needed. So it is very important.
So is it necessary that this meditation is done only on Guru Purnima, or it can be done on any days to connect to the Guru?
Best is Guru Purnima, but it can be done any day. So when we talk about Brahma Muhurat, so on Brahma Muhurat, what is it all about? The Brahma Muhurat is all about connecting to your own source of energy. So on that Brahma Muhurat, it is the time where you connect to your source of energy, and it is almost like connecting to the Guru energy as well as to your home, that is universal energy. So connecting to both consciousness here. Guru Purnima is very important. The reason is today is the day when they are, actually they're open to give to everyone. It's like once in a year how you get your birthday. So why birthdays are very important? Because that is the time when you took birth, your first, first incident, or your first experience onto the earth. So that time you were so happy. So why birthdays are celebrated? Because to understand the concept of birthday was to understand that how happy, and to make you understand that you're not permanent onto the earth. You don't belong to the earth. You just came down for certain experiences. You just came down because you want to know and understand certain things, and then you want to move back. So the concept of birthday was this. Now it has been to something else, totally different now. We are forgetting every day, we are forgetting that we are spiritual beings in a human form. But people want to be spiritual because they think that I'm a human being, so I want to understand what spirituality is. But it is actually vice versa. Understand who you are, your spiritual form. You're one with the universe. And you're just onto the earth like a temporary host, or you can say the temporary guest onto the earth, and then we have to definitely go back. So no one can be permanently onto the earth. That is where it is. And this is why Guru Purnima is very important.
I love that statement of spirituality and human experience, because that changes a total perspective on how you look at life and how you respond to things and people around you.
We as a human being, we are not understanding the worth of what we are. We are so powerful in self that we don't need anything else in the life. The only thing is we are losing the memory and the consciousness of being a spiritual self. So the concept of giving so many meditation classes is to connect to your own self. Stop connecting to anything else outside you. Start connecting to your own self, your own super consciousness. So why higher consciousness? The word higher consciousness is given because we know that we are lower. So we are directly saying to ourselves, see boss, we are lower to everyone that is happening in the universe. Instead of if you say, I'm connecting to my own consciousness of the universe, my originality, that is where you will start respecting yourself. So that is why I never use the word higher consciousness. I always use the word universal consciousness. In any videos, you can go back and check. I have never used this word, higher consciousness, because that is itself is putting ourselves lower to anything else and disrespecting our own energies here. So always understand we need to connect to the self-consciousness or universal consciousness where we actually belong to. And we are here for the experiences. We'll experience, we'll go back. It's like being into the school time. Even though we didn't like being into the school, we felt why these examinations are coming up. We hated that, but every time we are crossing one grade, we are enjoying it. And after we are done, we are out of the school, we are out of the universities. And now you don't go back to the universities and keep on checking, boss, I've given my 12 years here and you're not giving anything back to me. So I own the school, or maybe I owe the shares of the school. Nothing, you're just out of it and you paid for that. So in same way, when you're coming onto the earth, what you're doing, you're paying your consciousness back there. You're coming onto the earth, taking a lot of pain being into this limited body, and then understanding and learning for so much, how much ever you have decided to, whether it is 80 years, 90 years, 10 years, 1 year, giving yourself the time and then going back. So you don't own anything here, but what you have to take back is your experiences towards what you've learned and you've understood about it. And especially if someone is giving you pain, thank them every day, because they are giving you pain so that you can learn and grow and overcome certain situations of the life. So they are your best friends. So thank them every day internally inside you for giving you so much pain, and they are taking so much of responsibility to give you pain, because for a soul, they have to become very strong, or they need to have a lot of unconditional love towards you so that they can come onto the earth and give you pain. It is not easy for a soul to do that. So when they choose that, obviously they're choosing because they are your best friends and they want you to learn understand, overcome, and then come back where you belong to. And the people who are very good to you, maybe they are just here to be with you, so that you don't get bored. And maybe you want to enjoy your life here. That's it, not more than that. Yeah.
But if we thank the souls that are giving us pain, or won't we get more pain? Because gratitude embraces the universe, says that when you are grateful for it, then you get more of it, no?
You're grateful because they have helped you to overcome a negative emotion. Okay. So when you're giving the energy of gratitude to overcome a certain emotion that you've learned, obviously universal energy will embrace it more, giving the positivity in your life. You're not giving gratitude because they have given you pain only. You're giving gratitude because they have helped you to overcome certain situation and emotion through the pain that they have caused for you.
Understood.
Yeah, okay. But this is the difference.
But how do you overcome the pain and then be thankful for it? Because if you're constantly in that pain only,
yeah.
Because if you're constantly in that pain only because of what is okay, what you are perceiving that they are doing to you, you're constantly in pain. You can express gratitude for the awareness that yes, you have this particular pain and you need to overcome it. But how do you actually overcome it?
See, you need to overcome. How you overcome is the thing about, suppose if somebody is giving you pain, so you need to understand what you feel when the certain person is behaving with you. So suppose if somebody is behaving with you in certain manner and you feel the pain, and with the pain there is an emotion of helplessness. So this is an example. So if there is an emotion of helplessness, so now you have to be gratitude. You have to show the gratitude towards a person, because of that person, you understood there is an unhealed emotion of helplessness in you. So what you need to do here is, you now, because you located and you got to know that you feel helpless, you need to let go of that emotion of helpless and take back the emotion of powerless. Take back the emotion of empowerment. So when you take back the emotion of empowerment, what you're doing here, you're saying to your mind, you're saying to the universe, and you're giving surety to the soul that, okay, I understood the emotion of helplessness. Now it's over. It ends now. So what is the opposite of helplessness? Empowerment. So now I take back my empowerment and I integrate that into my physical body. So in every day, in my day-to-day life, every minute, every second, what I do, I'm collecting back my empowerment. And because of whom you got to know that you're helpless is the person who has given the pain to you. So now what you do, so in short, what you're saying, if you're going to a diagnostic center and the person has diagnosed some disease into you, you're going and slapping that person because he has diagnosed the issue in you. Instead, what you do, you say thankful to the diagnostic center and you say thank you to the doctor for locating the issue in you, and then you find the solutions towards it. Simple as that. So because of certain person, you got to know where you're lacking into the emotion. You need to be thankful to that, and now you need to understand the solutions towards it. And this is how you can overcome certain pain and emotion into you. Is it clear now?
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
Dr. Kirti, I want to know one thing. Like you are saying that we have to find out the emotion related to that the person who is giving us pain.
Yes.
So if some person is giving us pain and we are getting anger, then what is that opposite we can do?
So if the person is giving you pain and there is anger, so with anger there will be some underlying more deeper emotion. So anger is a primitive emotion. So when you are angry, obviously there will be something else also associated with anger. I'm angry because I'm feeling left out, or I'm angry because maybe I'm feeling rejected. I'm angry or maybe because I'm sad or upset with certain thing. So you can try to understand why the anger has come up into you. Unless you're not able to understand that, what you can say, okay, I understand there's a part of me that is want to be angry because there's certain below emotion to that. So now the need of anger is over, it ends now. And in return, the opposite to is I take back my calmness and my understanding towards the situation. So I take back my understand and calm my understanding and my calmness towards the situation. Hmm? So opposite to anger is always understanding. When you understand, there won't be anger. So
no, but actually, I'm understanding everything, but now I feel like till how long I understand. So,
yeah. So there is an emotion of I'm done enough.
Yeah.
So I'm done enough is creating the anger. So
yeah.
the part of me who always want to overdo. And why?
Yeah.
Why the part of me always want to overdo? Try to understand that. Do I need the approval? Do I need the appreciation? Or do I feel that
approval?
Yes. So the part of me that wants approval is over it ends now. Give lot of love and approval to that part of you. Stand in front of the mirror. Say to yourself, I see you. I appreciate you. Keep on saying what come up in your mind. And allow that part of you to feel appreciated and accepted the way it is. Then you will see slowly the things are going away.
I will do that. Thank you. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
And if someone irritates you, then?
The need of irritation is over. See, irritation will again come into the
like if someone wants to know what is happening, like my friend only, she called me, but I never pick her call because she always wants to know what is happening in my life, and then telling everybody, asking whether I tell them also, and I don't know why she's doing. I'm not that connected to that person, but she's doing faltu ka pain in my life. Like.
Yes. So in that way, you need to understand which of the parent did with you. And you didn't like it. And you have to heal that parent so that she will stop doing that. She's just mirroring.
She's mirroring the parents.
Yes.
Parents, you mean?
It could be any of the parent who was too much interfering in your life, wanted to always keep an eye on you.
Yeah, my mother-in-law.
So then go to that energy, release it out. And you
so how I will release that energy? Like in front of the mirror, I have to say like what I have to say.
No, you can do it mentally. Okay. Whoever has done that, you can go to that person and you can say, I let go of the eyes of you. You know, that constant keeping eye, I let it go, release it out.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, doctor. Good morning.
Yeah,
Sorry, good afternoon. Yeah, actually, I want to know, you are telling the pain of the person, but if we suffer from some disease, some organ problem, so how we can come to know what's the reason behind it?
See, if you're suffering from any of the organ issue, that means you have stored a lot of emotion into that particular organ. And that is how the physical body is affecting now. So you need to understand what you have stored into that particular organ. And you also need to understand which inner child is associated with that. And what are the situations that is also, associated with that particular emotion. So when you start releasing it out, you will see the organ is getting normal.
Okay.
Yeah. So working on emotional and inner child part of you.
That part.
Sorry?
How we came to know what emotions are there in that part?
See, how you come to know is that you need to go into that part of you, and when you have that particular issue, so you try to understand how do you feel when you're going through that particular issue, and what you feel, the emotion towards it. Either you can do it by yourself or you can take professional help of inner child session.
Okay.
I think in response to what Bhumi asked,
give me the recording of this. We'll get the recording of this session, today's session.
Yeah, we'll put it up on YouTube channel. But I think in response to the questions which Bhumi asked and Zeenat asked now, especially about how do we know, how do we release, if Dr. Kirti, you could just talk it in 2 minutes about the workshop which we're starting tomorrow, because that is exactly what we're addressing in that workshop.
Yes. So in tomorrow's workshop, when we're starting with the chakra healing, what we are doing is we are not only, it is not about chakra at all. It is about the organs that is associated with chakra, inner child associated with that particular chakra, and also what are the emotions that has been stored into that. So what we are doing, we are addressing every part of every organ of the body that is associated around the chakra. So suppose if I say heart and the heart chakra, so your lungs, your breathing, respiratory system, and your heart, your back of the heart, and your shoulders and all, everything is being covered into that. So whatever emotion that you've stored in your body in respect of that particular organ, and the inner child that is holding on to those emotions. What we are doing, we are going into that and we are releasing it out so that your body can free itself from all these unhealed emotions and the situation that has come up in your life, and especially the inner children that is holding on to it. So why we have given the name chakra? Because whenever you heal your body, the chakra is the thing that will get activated. And if your chakra is in place, then you will see all the organs also getting a lot of energy and activation to get healed by itself. So what we do, in each and every organ we are addressing, we are not leaving any organ of the body here, and we are releasing out associated emotions towards the organ that goes, because every emotion will go to the certain part of the body. Suppose there is a guilt, it will go to guilt, it will go to kidneys. Suppose if you don't know how to let go, then you will see the excretion parts of the body getting affected. And suppose if you feel that you have been rejected and not been loved or not given approval and appreciation, then heart chakra. If you take too much of responsibility, your shoulders will get affected. So, and if you don't want to see what is happening in your life, then your third eye will get affected. So in this way, every emotion is getting distributed into the body. You're not saying to the emotion, okay, go and spoil that particular organ, right? It will go by itself, because it will know where to affect with the emotion that you're feeling at that time, and that is not favorable to the body. So this is how what we are going to do in tomorrow's class. That is starting from tomorrow, 7-day class, where we are going to release all the emotions, all the possible emotions that is stored into the organ, all the possible inner children that is coming up with that. And not only that, we are trying to release out any negativity that you have stored. And also, if there is something else that you don't even know what you have stored, will be removed. So in general, if you don't know what has been stored, you're not able to understand, you're not able to locate, still you will be able to release it out. So we had one of the client whom there was an issue of, lot of issues of passing the excretion thing. So we have seen even the blood coming out of the body only for a moment after the session, and the person is completely fine now. So they've stored it so much that when it started releasing out physically, they saw the blood also coming out of the body. And now the person is absolutely fine. She has gone through the checkup also, absolutely normal and fine. She is. So this is how it will help and affect you, being positive, active, and organs to be cleansed completely.
Dr. Kirti, are we going to get the recording of this chakra healing for us if we cannot attend on a particular day, let's say?
Yes.
We will get the recording.
Will be given.
Yes, so after each day, the sessions are it's a 7-day program. So at 12 o'clock. So after we finish 12 to 1, within an hour, you will get access to the recordings. So that in case you miss a day, or there are a lot of times when in our past batches, we have seen people sometimes want to repeat a particular chakra because that has been something they were not able to do on that day, or it was so heavy or intensive for them.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
So Dr. Kirti, since I've already taken a very heavy session with you earlier, like I'm still coping up with that. So do you think I should go ahead with this one, or I should wait it out for some time?
No, go with it, because continuous process will not leave a space of storing it back again. And the continuous process will help you to overcome long storage of the body emotions, whether it is also hangover from the lifetimes. So that is the only reason that we have announced it immediately. Otherwise, even we would have given a gap of 1 week and then announced it again.
Because I assume a lot of cleaning had happened that day. So that's why I'm asking.
It will be good for you to go with it.
Okay. Okay, sure.
So Dr. Kirti, you mentioned with joining this course, even anxiety and fear will come out. So I can join for my daughter also. So we both can listen to the audio, because she is suffering from fear and anxiety.
Yes.
Lots of fear and anxiety.
Make sure that you both are not sitting together during the session. Both are registering separately and sitting completely separately in 2 different rooms.
So we have to pay for two fees, or one fees will be okay?
You have to pay for 2 people, and you will get discount because you 2 are joining together. You will get discounts on that. Because this will have to, what you're doing, you're entangling the energies of each other, and you're creating the energy, and there's a possibility that you both will shift the energy into each other.
Okay. And she has not attended this 11-day program. I have attended it.
It's
it's okay
perfectly
for her?
fine. It's perfectly fine.
Okay. Thanks a
How old
lot.
she is? Her age?
My daughter is 20. She will be just turned 20, will turn in August 21.
Okay, perfectly. Then it's perfect for her.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. We also have another people, another this person joining us. She's of the same age. All right. So we can start with today's meditation, Deepti.
Yeah, we can. Anybody else has any other questions regarding Guru Purnima or regarding the workshop? Because after the meditation, generally we just end the sessions because people are in that space.
Yes.
So if you have any clarifications, any questions, please ask now.
All right.
Okay.
Start. So all of you, one thing before I start is, don't force yourself for anything that we do today. Just make yourself be still and silent so that you can just receive. It's okay if you're able to locate something. It's okay if you're not able to locate something. And if you want, you can keep on repeating this particular meditation that we are doing today. You will get the recording from Deepti. So you can take her number and you can talk to her. Okay. So all of you just lie down, or you can sit. Make yourself absolutely comfortable. But because it is, because it is Guru Purnima meditation, try that you are sitting more than you are lying down. It will be good for you if you sit rather than lying down. Yes. So if you sit in a comfortable position.
Do our feet need to touch the ground?
If it's okay, if you don't touch the feet to the ground, you can fold your feet. That is like perfectly fine. But it's better if you sit. Yeah? All of you sit down and relax. Keep on relaxing and allow yourself to just be. Keep breathing into your own self. And when you're breathing, allow yourself to just be. Keep on breathing. Keep on breathing. And when you're breathing, just say to yourself, I let go. I let go of all the expectations. I let go of all the confusions. It's over. It ends now. And at this moment, I just allow my soul to be. So keep on breathing. And when you're breathing, just keep concentrating and feeling your soul, the light of your soul here. Feel your soul and feel the radiance of your soul here. Breathe into your body and let go of any thoughts that is passing by. It's over. And focus on your soul and the radiance of your soul. Allow your soul to feel free, to show it existence and show how powerful your soul is. So keep on focusing and concentrating on your soul. Feel the light, the golden light around your soul, and make a note of it. How much light could you see or experience around your soul? Keep on breathing and put your concentration on your soul and make a note of light, the golden radiant light around the soul, how much you could feel it. And allow your soul to understand and connect to the soul consciousness of the Guru, that your soul has chosen itself either with the first incarnation onto the earth or before taking birth onto the earth. So feel the soul energy is getting merged with the energy of the Guru coming from the universal consciousness. So now just feel, see, or imagine yourself into a forest, lot of trees around you. And just be there into that forest in a sitting position, as if you're meditating there into the forest. Sit into meditative position in that forest. And we're sitting there into that forest, lot of trees around you. There are so many rocks and the sand below you. Sit into that nature and meditate. Sit into meditative position in that forest and allow yourself to be still and silent there. Just be silent. For next 30 seconds, just be silent and feel yourself there into the forest where your soul is showing its existence with the radiance around. Just be with it, see it, feel it, experience it right now. Now in this still and calm position, feel the light, the golden light from above coming down. This is the light of the Guru, whom you have chosen in a soul form, either with the first incarnation onto the earth or before taking birth onto the earth. Feel the light coming down and getting connected with the soul light that you have felt just now. Feel the connect. And if you see or if you get a thought of some energy, universal energy, make a note of it. Connect with this golden light into your soul now. Allow this golden light to communicate with your soul energy, and you be absolutely still, absolutely calm. Allow your soul to communicate and gain the knowledge and wisdom from this golden light from the universe and the consciousness of the universe coming down to you. Allow this golden light to activate your true knowledge and wisdom and to help you and to guide you with the process of the life of today. Receive as much as possible. Your soul will know the language by itself. Allow the golden light of the universal consciousness, the universal guru, coming down and connecting to your soul now. Allow your soul to get energized, repaired, rejuvenated, and gather the knowledge and wisdom that your universal guru has to offer right now, right here, in a form of golden light connecting to your soul. Be still, be calm. Allow it to come. Allow it to connect completely. Breathe and receive. Connect. Feel the gratitude. Feel the gratitude in the soul to connect to the Guru. You're always been guided and you're always been sent the knowledge and wisdom through this Guru, the universal Guru, whom your soul has connected and selected even before the first incarnation onto the earth or at the time of incarnation. So receive the blessings of your Guru and also receive the knowledge and the wisdom that will help you into the further guidance towards the process of life in the highest and best manner. Understand your existence. Understand your true knowledge through this golden light. Receive it as much as possible. For next 30 seconds, I'll be absolutely quiet. You keep receiving from this golden light now. Feel your soul feeling absolutely activated, knowledgeable, and feel the soul power coming back through the golden light, universal guru that is connected to your soul now. And when you're receiving, see the soul energy, how it is increasing, how radiant it is now. So see the difference when you started and now after you got connected with the universal guru, how do you feel? See how do you feel? Connect to this golden light of the universal guru directly into your soul. Feel the connect. Allow your soul to receive the knowledge and the wisdom from this golden light into your soul and see, experience, feel how your soul is expanding its radiance all over, inside and outside you. Understand the reality and the truth of your own self. And while you're connecting to this yellow light, onto the side, feel there is a moon and receive the energy of the moon through this yellow light into the soul. And when the moonlight is coming down with the guru energies of the universe into the soul, you will see the emotions, situations that you feel are very high into you and are blocking the knowledge and wisdom in you is melting out. It's going away. It's over. It ends now. Allow the moonlight along with the yellow light, the golden light of the universal guru to come into your soul and take away the emotions, that is no more needed in you. And these emotions are binding you, limiting you onto the earth, not making you understand the true power of your soul and your mind into this limited body. So this is the time. Allow the moonlight to free you from the emotions. Those are limiting you. And allow the golden light of the universal Guru to fill the space with the knowledge and wisdom into your soul right now. And as you're doing this, you will see and experience how beautifully your soul radiance is expanding more and more, and it's becoming brighter and brighter. Feel that. Allow it to happen right now. Allow your soul to understand the true knowledge and wisdom for which you have taken birth onto the earth, and how you got trapped into the emotions. So now, let go of the trap, free yourself, and allow your soul to move beyond limited beliefs, limited thoughts, and into limited experiences that is binding you towards negativity. It's over, it ends now. And instant, take back your power and true knowledge to expand your consciousness, to know, understand the reality of the universe, the truth of the universe, and so that you can further gift this knowledge to the people around you. So when you get enlightened, you create the light for the many who are there into the dark. So first, you receive back your enlightenment, your knowledge, your wisdom from the universal Guru in a form of golden light coming down and connecting to your soul. Receive as much as you can. Let go of all the limitations. Let go. It's over, it ends now. And receive as much as you can. Allow this radiance to fill your body, your mind, and your aura totally and completely. Your soul is shining, not less than the sun that you see. The radiance of the soul is as powerful as the sunlight that you see. Allow it to happen. And now, say thank you to the moonlight. Allow moonlight to go where it belongs to. And with your folded hands, just bow down, physically bow down in front of this golden light and say thank you. Thank you to the Guru, the universal Guru, for being there with you. Show your gratitude, show your respect, and knowing the truth that this light, the golden light of the Universal Guru, is always there with you, into your soul, and you can connect to your Guru whenever you wish to. Your Guru is more than happy to guide you, to provide the knowledge and wisdom that is needed into you. Allow the Guru energy to be, and slowly feel your soul, and from the forest bring back your consciousness into the physical body with the reality of the soul energy, the knowledge and wisdom that you have gained, understanding the true power of the soul, and knowing that how radiant and how powerful the soul is. Integrated consciousness into your physical body. Breathe into your body. Feel your back, feel your shoulder, feel top of your head. Integrate, 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 and bring back your awareness into the room. Open your eyes now. All of you, integrate, 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 and open your eyes now. Today, I won't tell you to take your time, but open your eyes now. It is very important that you bring back your awareness, integrate yourself, and open your eyes into the room you are into right now. And once you've opened your eyes, just be with yourself. Breathe and relax. For a moment, all of you, open your eyes and bring back your awareness into the room.
Everybody either just comment in the chat or give a thumbs up that you're back in your awareness. Because as Dr. Kirti said, that today it's important that everybody's in awareness before we leave the session.
At least once open your right eyes. Yeah. All right. All right. Nice.
Sometime I'll be putting up the link to this video in the group. I think this was a very, very powerful meditation. So it would be really nice if you can share this with as many people as possible so that today being Guru Purnima, they can benefit from this meditation.
Yes.
Yeah. And thank you everybody for being here. And thank you to Dr. Kirti for being a guru for today, for taking us through this. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So all of you have a great day. You're welcome. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.